Welcome to another episode of Sailing Indiana. So you've heard us talk about our sails before and the fact that they are getting old and we really need to replace them. They're original sails, so they're now 33 and a bit years old. I don't know how much sailing they've done, but the head sail in particular is very baggy and a little bit misshapen, and I don't think we're getting really the most out of it. The mainsail looks fine for the moment, but again, one day we'll need to replace it. So what we've done, we've got in contact with a company from the UK called Kemp Sails. They are one of the best, in our opinion, doing what they do around the UK and if not the world. We're very happy to be approaching them and going, how do you get a new sail?
Help us.
Help
we have
us.
No idea what we're doing.
Yeah, we thought it's going to be a big expense. We've budgeted for it and we're going to make sure we can afford to do it, and so we can afford to go to the best there is, in our opinion anyway.
Yeah.
They have kindly sent out a form that we need to fill in to measure everything, so you can do that without somebody having to come down to your boat. So we're going to measure up everything, then send it off to them. They can then price it up, send it back to us, and we can see how much we're in for. So we'll show you then what's been sent out. It's a couple of Word documents, and there's one that's you put the measurements on, and then there's one that sort of tells you a little bit about what it is you're supposed to be doing. So we try not to be overwhelmed because there's
a lot of diagrams and a lot of gaps that you need to fill in.
But I think once we've read it through and we've kind of gone, oh yeah, that's that one, and oh yeah, this is how we're going to do that. It's not as bad as it first looks. It looks a bit sort of overwhelming and a bit
yeah, a bit over our heads, but yeah, it's not too bad.
But yeah, as I say, I think it's all there, and it's just a case of working through them. So we'll show you that, and maybe we'll do a little step by step of how we're getting on with it, and it might
help you.
It might help you, yeah. It might take away some of that mystery if you're ever doing the same thing yourself. So this is the kit list at the moment. We've got the iPad out. You can print off the form onto obviously a bit of paper and fill it in by hand as you go. But we're choosing to do it electronically if we can. The two forms, one of them was a Word document here, and that's head sail and mainsail on the same thing. So whichever one you're doing, you've got that information there. And then the same on this one, you've got mainsail measurements up there and then head sail measurements here. So there's a number of different measurements that we need to fill out here, and then that's kind of the how-to. We've also written down on a bit of paper each number and category for the measurements, so we're making sure we're double checking that we don't have to, we don't miss anything whilst we're out there. And you're going to need a tape measure, a long one that can reach the top of the mast, and also a little one that's a bit more hardy because there's going to be one that's down to the waterline, so it's going to get wet. This is currently the state of things in the saloon here. We've got head sail sitting amongst a lot of other things as we're getting some work done. So we're going to get this head sail back on once we've done the measurement, and things will be a little bit more normal.
It is a mess. I don't like it. But yeah, hopefully this afternoon it'll be tidy again because we can put everything back.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see what's out there.
Made this tricky for me.
Don't worry, I'll take those bits. We're trying to get some work done. We can't have you guys coming around for this.
We got anything?
I don't think we do have anything, do we? So head sail. If you're measuring the furling sail, attach the tape and some string to the head attachment point on the bottom of the top swivel. This is what you've done.
Sorry, just to interject. I've started an animal farm. I know the little ducks are coming as well now. See? Oh my god. Hey! Get out. Go away. Ready, babe?
As we were. He's on the bloody solar panels now.
Get
He's
off.
gonna do a poop. So this is the halyard for the head sail. Head sail halyard. Spiders. Flies and everything. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So that's got the tape on it and that, and then I'm going to also attach then our safety line to that.
Yeah, perfect.
This is our safety line effectively, so we can pull it back down worst case. And this is the measurement we need down to the attachment
Yeah.
on here. This is when they say don't use a stretchy one, but we kind of have 13 meters and 25 centimeters.
Okay, I'll write it down, yeah?
Yeah. Right, so the next one, we've got max hoist at the moment. We're at the very top, and we need to take then a measurement down to the mast base, which is there, and then also one down to the tow rail, which is out here. 13.26.
Okay.
Just lift it off, and I should be able to pull it down. So one of the measurements is the tack attachment point. So that is down here on our furler to the entry point of the sail. So there's obviously a groove that the sail wedges into along the foil there, and so we're measuring that distance as well.
Welcome to Chris's measuring boat day.
Then another measurement is from the tack attachment point there to the forestay pin.
Very good.
So another measurement again is the length of the track for the Genoa sheet itself. So we're going to go front to back. Right, and then the another two measurements are from the forward end of the track to the centre line of the boat, and you'll have to just kind of eyeball it because it's going to be a tricky one. And then also from the end of the track to the centre line of the boat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we're going to get it exact. Well, we probably should take the spray head down, but
Well, I can hold the centre bit and then you can do that bit, yeah? All right.
teamwork.
So this is maximum luff length, pin to pin forestay measurement for hank on or luff foil sails. FL should be taken using the Genoa halyard. So yeah. So we've just done the spreader height. So now we've got to do the the mast base to lower forestay pin attachment point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, one of the measurements is from the lower pin where Lauren is holding the measure there, and it is down to the car or the track at least. Yeah, cracking on.
So the last thing we have to measure are all the bits which are above the waterline. So we'll be doing that now.
Tell us which ones they are.
So we have G here, which is the distance from aft end of the Genoa track down to the waterline. K, distance from forward end of Genoa track down to the waterline. L, distance from mast base down to the waterline, and the distance from the forestay pin down to the waterline. So you've got G, K, L, and Q here. You got it?
Okay.
Nice. Well done.
Thanks. Okay,
Okay,
that's it. We've measured the rig.
we've done it.
We've done it. Now it's sandwich time.
Yep, snack time.
So yeah, what do we think? It was fairly straightforward, actually. It was a little bit scared when we saw all the instructions and all the different measures and weren't really sure what we were doing. But as soon as you're out there with the measuring tape, you start and you go, okay, well, that's actually all right. I think that was my impression anyway. So
Yeah, like just doing it step by step and just working out we did it the right way.
yeah.
There's like a descriptive kind of page, and then there's like the form, so it's quite good because it kind of tells you what to do, and it gives you a diagram, but then also within the description it sort of reiterates where and how and that kind of thing.
We think it went okay, but let's wait until we send it back to Kemp and yeah, see if
They tell us, what on earth have you done?
Okay, so we have made a big leap forwards in getting our things ready for leaving Falmouth. Our things being charts and almanacs and pilotage books ready for our journey. So we just took the plunge and contacted Imray, who are for us one of the best ones out there in terms of coverage for all of the areas that we need to be looking at. So we're looking at going from Falmouth all the way down to the Balearics. That will involve stopping off in the Spanish Rias and then Porto, coming down to the Algarve, Portugal, through the Gibraltar Straits and then up the Mediterranean Spanish coast to the Balearics. We've asked for some wider sort of view charts, and we've seen that they do a few products that would allow us to then look at the finer detail for the Spanish Rias and the Balearics. Yes, it's a big expense to get everything you need, but we think that it is wholly necessary to have both paper charts and electronic backup. So we do all our chart planning on paper, as you might have seen in a few of our other episodes. We take that and then we put it onto our chart plotter, and then we find out the finer detail on SavvyNavi, which is the other tool that we use in our arsenal. So let's get into the box. So, knife at the ready, be careful, obviously there's paper inside. This is the box. So this got delivered to Falmouth Marina and we are excited.
Super excited.
Super excited. Let's get into it.
Amazing.
Okay, here we are.
Wow.
This is incredible. So, western approaches to the English Channel and the Bay of Biscay. This will be the first one we need to look at. This is the big wide view, and then we've got A Coruña to Gibraltar. Again, that's your big wide view, so it's just going to show us everything that we need to see there, but no finer detail. A Coruña to Porto, so this is a bit finer detail than here. This will cover all of the Spanish Rias just up here, so that's where we're going to be hiding out, I think, for a few weeks, maybe even a month. We'll see. Ria de Aveiro to Sines. So this is the Portuguese coast, and that's going to have that in finer detail for us there. So this one Sines to Gibraltar, and that's going to cover then the Gibraltar Straits for us there, and the Algarve. Gibraltar then through the Straits, you've got a bit of Morocco as well, which is great because that's for us, especially Tangier and along here. That could be a really good hideout if we are doing the Schengen shuffle. And we've also sailed a bit of this before where we did our day skipper course. So that's going to be familiar territory in part. And then you've got from there up to Ibiza and covering that last section. And then we've got the Balearics. So Ibiza, Majorca and Menorca. And that is where we want to be spending a lot of our time in the summer. And then we have in very fine detail all you need to know about the Balearics. So this gives us page by page and a rundown there of every nook and cranny that we'd want to be exploring this summer. So this is really the one you want to get.
I want to be here.
And this really is what we want to be doing. This will be us.
Ta-da.
Look at that, incredible.
Wow, that's beautiful.
If we can just cut now to us sat there.
Cut too.
Woolly hats off.
Oh god,
Woolly jumpers off.
I can't even imagine it right now. We're both like, it's been so cold as well.
It's been terrible weather here and we just can't wait to get somewhere like this. Incredible. as well as everything on the charts, we have gone for some hardback books. This for us is where we do the bulk of our planning. So the charts for us are where we've planned a route, we've planned a destination, and then we're looking at, okay, well, how do you get there? But for us, well, we've never been to these locations before, so we really need to just plan where we want to go, where we want to spend some time, where you can go, so where there's marinas, where there are little anchorages and things, and yeah, and get a real flavour for the places. And actually we might spot places we don't want to miss, and so forth. So where we turn to in that scenario is the Pilotage books. We've taken the plunge and we've got hold of probably one for the bulk of the trip really, and the main locations that we want to be visiting. So cue the rundown of our Pilotage books. The first one that we'll be getting to from Falmouth will be France. So we're not sure yet if we're going to go straight across the Biscay or if we're going to be stopping off and going to Brest and then working our way on the inside route then of the Biscay. These are amazing Pilotage books that really go into so much detail that we've found, and we've had ones in the past, give you little quirks and things about, you know, best routes to find, and also then what you're going to be finding when you get there, the type of conditions you've got, tidal streams, what to watch out for. So it's yeah, a wealth of information for us. We've then got Galicia, and this will give us all of the Spanish Rias. So if we landed in A Coruña, then we would come round La Coruña there, and we would come round and then spend some time in the Spanish Rias here. So this will give us everything we need to know about where to go, what not to miss. Atlantic, Spain and Portugal. As we leave there, we're going to head down, and probably we want to stop in Porto. So that's going to be the stop there. And then we will head down then Lisbon and then the Algarve. And so this will give us everything that we need to know about those locations.
Mediterranean
Spain. These are the good ones.
They're all good ones.
We're into warmer water and things are looking good for us. We've got past Orca, we've got through the Straits of Gibraltar, and now we're into warm, sunny Mediterranean Spain. And this will give us everything we need to know all the way up to Barcelona, up to the Costa Brava. And then finally, well, we're hoping we're going to be spending most of our summer, the Balearics.
Woohoo!
So this is the how-to guide, effectively, for the islands of, we've got Formentera, Ibiza, Mallorca, and Menorca. So this has really brought it to life for us, seeing the charts, seeing that, okay, well now we've got the tools to hand to actually make this trip possible. It's, yeah, we're starting to believe. we're starting to believe that we can actually get to these places. Roll on passage planning session next, and roll on summer.